Geography, America's unique tornado playground. Geography is the single most important factor that contributes to the high number of tornadoes that occur in the United States. There is no other location on Earth that contains the same combination of plains, mountains, and landforms as this one. Tornadoes flourish in environments where warm, wet air collides with cold, dry air. And the United States of America is ideally suited to experience such a collision. Warm and humid air from the Gulf of Mexico can be found throughout the southern region of the country. Towards the north, a dry and chilly air mass is descending from Canada. The Rocky Mountains, which are located to the west, act as a barrier to the Pacific Ocean, resulting in drier conditions in the Great Plains. All of this is concentrated in a vast flat region known as the Central Plains, which is also referred to as Tornado Alley. At this location, these air masses collide, combine, and unleash some of the most powerful storms that can be found anywhere on the planet. The role of the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico can be thought of as the fuel tank for tornadoes that occur in the United States. Air that is warm and rich in moisture is pumped into the atmosphere by it, particularly during the spring and early summer months. It is easy for this humid air to rise, which contributes to the development of thunderstorms and causes instability in the atmosphere. Tornadoes in the United States would be significantly less frequent if the Gulf of Mexico were absent. It is interesting to note that the Gulf of Mexico not only contributes to the formation of tornadoes, but also influences the seasonality of these storms. It is more common for storms to form in the spring when the Gulf of Mexico warms up more quickly. Towards the end of summer, the air is frequently excessively warm and stable, which reduces the likelihood of tornadoes occurring until fall. The Rockies and the jet stream. There is a significant impact that the Rocky Mountains have on the western side of the United States. They prevent the movement of wet air from the Pacific and push weather systems to move in particular directions. Storms that migrate east of the Rockies come into contact with the humid air from the Gulf of Mexico. Include the jet stream, which is a powerful ribbon of winds that moves at a rapid speed and is located high in the atmosphere. When the jet stream moves southward across the United States in the spring, it not only directs cold air masses onto the plains, but also provides the wind shear that tornadoes require to spin up. Wind shear refers to changes in wind speed and direction with height. Mountains, plains, the moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and winds from the jet stream are all elements that are exclusive to North America, Tornado Alley, and beyond. The majority of people, when they think about tornadoes, think of Tornado Alley, which consists of the states of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska. And it is true that these states are witness to some of the most powerful and frequent tornadoes in the country. Tornadoes, on the other hand, are not limited to this particular region. Despite its name, the region known as Dixie Alley, which encompasses parts of the states of Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee, is one of the most dangerous places for tornadoes. This is primarily because storms in this region frequently strike at night and in areas with a higher population density. Tornadoes have been documented in every state in the United States at some point in time. Up to Alaska and Hawaii, they have spotted uncommon ones. On the other hand, the Midwest and the South are the most dominant regions since they are located at the intersection of the ideal ingredients, seasons of twisters. Despite the fact that tornadoes can occur at any time of the year, the United States has definite peaks. During March through June, which is when the atmosphere is at its most unstable, the primary tornado season occurs. The cold air from Canada is still moving southward during the spring, while the moisture from the Gulf of Mexico is already moving northward. The collision is at its most intense, and the jet stream is the most active it has ever been. As the year goes by, the season changes, which is an interesting phenomenon. In the spring, tornadoes are most common in the states of Texas and Oklahoma. As summer progresses, the pursuit of the Dakotas moves in a more northern direction. Another less significant season arrives in the south during the fall. Therefore, whereas the majority of countries could see a few tornadoes during a stormy period, the United States of America has a tornado calendar that is constantly spinning. Supercell thunderstorms. Extremely powerful tornadoes originate from supercells, which are enormous thunderstorms that rotate. These storms are most likely to strike the United States of America. Three components are required for the formation of supercells: wind shear, instability, and moisture. The American plains are home to a significant amount of all three. In addition to producing tornadoes, Supercells are also responsible for bringing with them huge hail, severe winds, and flash floods. The rotation that occurs within a supercell, which is referred to as a mesocyclone, is what creates the conditions for a tornado to occur. The storm can concentrate rotation into a funnel cloud that will eventually touch down during the process of tilting and stretching rising air. Human impact. Why we notice tornadoes more. Another reason tornadoes seem more common in the US is that people notice them. The central and southern US are heavily populated, dotted with towns, farms, and cities. When a tornado strikes, it's often witnessed, reported, and documented. In other countries with fewer people living in rural storm zones, many tornadoes go unreported. For example, Bangladesh also sees strong tornadoes, but they're less frequently recorded and studied. The US has advanced radar, storm chasing teams, and a culture fascinated by tornadoes. So we count far more than anywhere else. Tornado myths and misconceptions. Because tornadoes play such a significant role in American culture, there are a number of misconceptions that surround them. Although there are those who feel that cities or rivers shield them from tornadoes, tornadoes have struck cities such as Dallas, Nashville, and even the downtown area of Miami. Some believe that highways and overpasses are safe places to be, but in actuality, they can function as wind tunnels and make the situation even more hazardous. Because tornadoes can hit anywhere, the United States has made significant investments in warning systems as a result of this fact. A number of warnings and watches are issued by the National Weather Service, and sirens are used to advise residents to seek shelter. Deadliest tornado events. To understand just how dangerous tornadoes can be, consider history's worst U.S. tornadoes. The 1925 tri-state tornado tore across Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana, killing nearly 700 people. More recently, the 2011 Joplin tornado in Missouri caused catastrophic destruction and killed over 150 people. Events like these highlight why America takes tornado preparedness so seriously. Could climate change make it worse? Scientists are studying how climate change may affect tornadoes. It doesn't necessarily mean more tornadoes, but patterns could shift. Warmer air can hold more moisture, possibly fueling stronger storms. Some research suggests Tornado Alley may be shifting east toward the Mississippi Valley. This means areas less prepared for frequent tornadoes may see more activity in the future. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more deep dives, and share this with someone who's as fascinated by weather as you are.